What is West March's D&D? It's Wednesday night. Ragnar the Fighter is one of 30 adventurers in the West Marches. He wants to investigate a rumor that he heard from another adventurer about a procession of spirits in the northern marsh. He goes to the tavern to gather support. Pendred the Paladin has an affinity with battling the undead, so he agrees to come along. Dahlia the Bard just happens to be free tonight, so she tags along too. Ragnar decides that 3 is enough, so they head out. What's up, everybody? Skylar the Dungeonologist here. Maybe you're here from Discord and you already know about the game. Maybe you're just wondering what the heck West Marches is. I'm going to talk about how it works and why I want to do it. For each factor unique to my game, I'm going to make a separate video going into detail. This video will just be a broad overview. Now, in real life, the adventurers are all players. The tavern is a Discord server, and before they set out, they talk to me, the DM. I'm free that night, and I don't have to prep because I prepared a huge portion of this game world before the campaign even started. This campaign isn't about any particular narrative thread or ongoing story. The adventure is simple. Explore the West Marches. There's no weekly time slot. The players organize themselves and come to me when they're ready to play. The West Marches style of play was documented by Ben Robbins back in 2007, but he says they started the campaign way back in 2001. But it boils down to 3 major rules. 1, there is no regular time slot. The party organizes themselves. Each session is scheduled by them, not me, on the fly. There is no regular party. Each game is probably going to be played by different players, drawn from a pool of a whole bunch of people. There is no regular plot. The players decide where to go and what to do. It's like a sandbox game, but without missions. It's a lot like the very first Zelda, where an old man in a cave gives you a sword and you just go wherever you want with no direction. If you believe that Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing in general is at its best when the dungeon master is reacting to the things that the players do rather than the reverse, then West Marches is for you. And I do believe that, so West Marches is for me. It's the only style of play where the players are solely responsible for whatever happens next. They don't know what mysteries lie around the corner. That's my job. But if they want to explore that looming tower in the distance, they can do it today or tomorrow or never. In the Zelda metaphor, they can see Death Mountain and Hyrule Castle and the Lost Woods from the starting village, and they can go wherever they like. When I made the world, I made very detailed regions, each with their own encounter tables, ruins, dungeons, and yes, sometimes dragons. The players are never going to see that map. All they have is this, a map with the town, an outpost, and some rumors in different directions. If they want to conquer the dangerous wilds, they must make their own map. Share information, plan, and strategize. Adventures don't happen inside town. While the town might grow and change, especially in my game, it's mostly a static and safe environment, so the players can do their thing without worrying about betrayal or random encounters. People are united by the threat of outside danger. This world is lethal. Only with planning, cleverness, and luck will you survive the perils of the West Marches. Dusty tomes, written centuries ago, tell of an empire where powerful magic was commonplace. Atrona, they called it. Until recently, there has been no clue to Atrona's actual location or even verified evidence of its existence. Only stories of its might and wealth, and of the mysterious calamity that destroyed it. Now, seekers of power and fortune flock to the shattered isles of Nasos, where the first genuine Atronan ruins have been discovered. This is a largely uncharted land to the modern world of this D&D game. The political powers of the world have also gathered here, sending representatives to carve out influence in this newly rediscovered land. Out here, everyone is on equal footing. There is no bribe that would sate the great beasts that lurk in the Ten-Fang Forest. No noble lineage or guild membership can deter the things that watch from the peaks of the Blade Maw Mountains. What's more, brave adventurer, is that even while the dungeon master is away, the PCs can still play. Kind of. Thanks to the potent and rapidly developing magic of Discord bots. The town of Hopestill, the only really safe place in all of the West Marches, has a life of its own. You can stock up on supplies in town at any of the shops, you can trade magic items with other players, and talk rumors of the tavern anytime you want. We have players in 4 different countries and I think 6 different time zones, so Hopestill never really sleeps. In general, this is not a PvP-friendly campaign, but with a qualified judge present, right now just me, but I'll probably recruit more later, you can challenge your fellow adventurers to a non-lethal duel for standing or a wager. During special times of the in-game year, we're gonna hold tournaments to see who among us is the most powerful. The factions of Hope Still, fragments of civilization carried over from the old world, may take special interest in especially talented combatants. If you don't have time to play D&D, but you still want to be involved in this weird, big experiment, join one of the factions and have a hand in shaping the political structure of Nasos. We have the Faith, who represents all the religions on Nasos and seeks to bring order and safety through the wisdom of the gods. The 8 sacred stars are comprised of scholars, mages, and philosophers who wish to unlock the mysteries of old Atrona through careful study. The Peerage represents the ruling families from the old world, from kingdoms everywhere. It is, after all, the responsibility of noble-blooded to govern this new land. The Wheel is an amalgam of crafting guilds and great minds, bringing unfettered industry to Nasos, from master-crafted arms and armor to irrigation systems. The Wardens recognize that nature has reclaimed much of Nasos from its old empire for a reason, and seek to preserve and catalog the new life that has thrived here, plants and animals alike. As a non-player faction member, you can collaborate with your other faction members to hire parties that will go out on adventures in real gameplay and retrieve magic items for you. You can build new settlements, you can research arcane, divine, or mechanical advances, and you can develop resources. The faction with the most power at the end of a monthly faction turn will influence how Nasos is shaped. If you'd like to play, these are the rules for generating a character. First, join the Discord. There's a channel for rolling dice. We use Avray for this if you need to roll for starting gold. Your character needs to be 3rd level. We use the Player's Handbook +1 method that you might be familiar with from Adventurers League, meaning you can use the Player's Handbook and one other Wizards of the Coast 5th edition book to generate your character. I also allow Blood Hunters because I think they're cool. The monstrous races from Volo's Guide are not playable in this campaign. I'm opting into feats, so variant humans are just fine. Point buy or the standard array are the 2 acceptable forms of character generation. Next, after you create your character, show it to me and at me in Discord, and I'll put your money in your inventory so you can go spend it at any of the shops whenever you like. Finally, listen for rumors on the Discord or at the subreddit r/Dungeonologist and try to pick up the scent of adventure. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the West Marches. Also, I know that my map goes east. Fuck it.